You know, having Android Auto certainly makes for a streamlined experience, especially if you rely on its apps and functionality as a long-term user. However, having to constantly connect via USB cable is, well, unfortunate. But today we're here to tell you that it doesn't have to be that way. It's time to get yourself an Android Auto adapter that lets you connect your infotainment system wirelessly. And we just happened to review 15 of the highest rated units to give you the best Android Auto adapters right now. Hey guys, I'm Jim with Techie Tech News, and it's our mission to provide you with the best models available and then give you all the whys so that you can make an informed decision. And don't worry, I've added links to all of these products listed in the video description box below. Techie Tech News, engage. Bytewave DTAW04, best budget Android Auto adapter. The Bytewave DTAW04 turns your wired Android Auto setup wirelessly and with minimal fuss, using Bluetooth pairing with a 5.8 GHz Wi-Fi link to maintain your Android Auto session. Now its installation is straightforward too. Plug it into the USB port, run the NFC pairing, and once paired it should reconnect automatically in future drive sessions. Now the adapter supports Android 12 Plus phones and requires your car to already support wired Android Auto. Now in practice, users report the convenience of leaving your phone in your pocket while having instant access to your navigation, messages, and media with performance that often feels near equivalent to wired. Now the device itself may run a little warm, and in cars where the USB port stays powered when the engine is off, the adapter's LED may remain lit for a time, though power draw is minimal. Bytewave offers over-the-air firmware upgrades and provides guidance for troubleshooting connection drops and instability. All being told, it's an attractively priced attempt to eliminate cables. And as we move on to our pros and cons, we like its plug-and-play setup being absolutely simple. We like that it will automatically reconnect once the initial pairing is done. And we also like that it offers over-the-air firmware updates. But there are reports of unreliability for certain infotainment systems. Also, if the USB port that you have is hot all the time, the dongle will also remain powered. And dropouts or disconnects can happen at random. So what's our overall conclusion here? Well, the Bytewave is a compelling choice for those wanting to drop the USB cable and get a wireless Android Auto experience without having to spend on a premium name brand dongle. If your car or phone combination is supported here, the Bytewave can deliver a near seamless experience. And in the future, if you need to find more tech deals, simply visit TechieTechDeals.com. Motorola Sound MA1, best Google authorized Android Auto adapter. The Motorola Sound MA1 works a treat by converting your Android Auto connection into a wireless one, leveraging a simple plug-in dongle paired via Bluetooth and using a 5 GHz Wi-Fi signal to transmit Android Auto signals. According to the manufacturer, the MA1 is the only Google authorized wireless Android Auto adapter, promising seamless media transmission, minimal setup, and credible stability. In testing and user reports, it often delivers near wired experiences through navigation, audio, and touch responsive feel, almost indistinguishable from a USB connection itself. Setup is also very straightforward. Plug it in, pair it via Bluetooth, let it initialize, and then it will auto-connect on subsequent starts. However, the MA1 is not without its faults. Several users have reported intermittent connectivity drops, lag over time, with even a couple of people reporting total failures after a few months. Now be aware that you will have battery drain on your smartphone during long trips. Wireless transmission causes more power draw to your battery than it does if it's connected via USB. Also, the dongle lacks firmware update capabilities in many cases, meaning compatibility issues may not be fixable for affected users. And as we move on to our pros and cons, we really like the ease of its setup via its dongle. Its performance was absolutely superb with like-wired response times. And we like that it uses Google licensed bridge technology for improved integration. However, there really isn't a robust firmware update system here. Switching phones is not an intuitive process, and instability could occur from time to time. But for a conclusion, the MA1 is a polished, convenient option for adding wireless Android Auto capability to a car that only supports wired Android Auto. And with many setups and reports, it manages to deliver a user experience that makes you feel like you have a wired connection, which gives this very high praise. CarLinkit Mini SE Pro, best portable Android Auto adapter. The CarLinkit Mini SE Pro is a compact dongle that converts a wired Android Auto or Apple CarPlay port into a wireless one, giving you the option of either a USB A/B or C type connection. And like the others, setup is very simple. Plug it into the car's USB data port, pair your phone via Bluetooth or Wi-Fi, and it should auto-connect for future trips. Many users praise its minimal latency, good audio and video responsiveness, and the fact that it actually supports both Android Auto and Apple CarPlay. Even with over-the-air firmware updates, it stays relatively future resilient when manufacturers tweak protocols. There have been a few notes that the unit will get hot under sustained use, and that there are compatibility quirks with certain car brands, specifically BMW or Tesla head units. Now, support responsiveness is decent in many cases, though it's not perfect, and some users have reported difficulties of getting issues resolved. However, all in all, it's a compelling mid-price wireless bridge that offers great convenience, and if you want a compact unit for multiple cars, this is definitely a good choice. And moving on to pros and cons, we like that it's a carry-friendly compact form factor, that it supports both Android Auto and Apple CarPlay, and it also allows you to connect via USB A/B ports or C connector types. But it has known issues with brands like BMW and Tesla. It can get quite warm during long operations, and it can have periodic connectivity issues as well. So our overall conclusion here is that if you're looking for an affordable, compact way to upgrade your wired Android Auto or Apple CarPlay port to wireless, the CarLinkit Mini SE Pro is probably one of the more balanced options for you, unless you own a BMW or Tesla, in which we would not recommend this unit. MagicBox 2.0, best mobile OS-based Android Auto adapter. The MagicBox 2.0 is pitched as a more powerful successor to the earlier MagicBox dongles, offering not just wireless Apple CarPlay or Android Auto conversion, but also the ability to stream media apps like YouTube and Netflix directly on the car screen. And it does this via an Android OS interface. Now, setup is relatively simple. Plug it into your vehicle's wired CarPlay or Android Auto port, configure the Wi-Fi hotspot settings, and let it boot the Android 11 as a mobile computer. Now, in favorable conditions, users report smooth performance, plus the novelty of switching it into a smart mode for streaming. However, real-world experience is kinda mixed. Many users do experience some lag, freezing, with the odd app compatibility issue, like some of the streaming apps failing or refusing to update. Now, like the other units, it does tend to run hot under extended use, along with boot up and app switching delays that can become quite annoying if you're trying to change things in quick succession. Now, there are quite a few owners that say that firmware updates have improved a lot of these instability issues, but there have been others that have lamented under inconsistent customer service or difficulties resolving their issues. But one thing that you should keep in mind is that most folks don't experience these issues. Still, for those of you who want Apple CarPlay and Android Auto functionality, along with the occasional media streaming in their car, this is definitely one of the more useful hybrid boxes out there. And as we move on to pros and cons, we really like the fact that you can stream media independent to Android Auto. We like that it also has Android Auto and Apple CarPlay built into it, and that it can provide some exceptionally good performance. However, some compatibility issues can arise with your setup. During prolonged use, the unit can get hot, and some apps may not actually run as intended. As for our conclusion, we really like this MagicBox 2.0 for its attempt at adding media streaming along with Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, and when it works very well. We would consider this unit to be a true smart box that allows you to actually watch movies and stream YouTube videos as you drive. AA Wireless 2, best Android Auto adapter overall. The AA Wireless 2 or Android Auto Wireless 2 is a second generation dongle designed to convert a wired Android Auto port into a wireless one, providing faster connections and better switching between multiple phones, and a compact design better than its predecessor. It retains over-the-air firmware support and a companion app that allows tweaking settings such as DPI, pairing behavior, and button customization. Users generally find that once set up, the two reliably connects when starting the car, though the initial connection delay is often in the tens of seconds and are a common complaint. In practice, its responsiveness is acceptable for media, navigation, and voice commands. The compact size and added multifunction button for pairing mode or switching phones are clearly improvements. However, compatibility problems with certain head units and phones crop up in some cases, where clearing cache, toggling Bluetooth and USB settings is often needed to stabilize the link. And finally, as with many wireless dongles, you lose wire charging through the USB port, and battery draw on your phone rises accordingly, and with the length of your trip. As we move on to pros and cons, we like that the unit is overall very reliable for an adapter, that its performance is acceptable in all areas of usage, and that you actually have physical buttons that will allow you to switch connected phones. However, in worst cases, it can take up to half a minute to initialize. It only supports Android Auto, and it does not come with an actual physical mount. But our overall conclusion is that the AA Wireless 2 is a strong option for users who want to convert their wired Android Auto into a wireless one without any major compromises in the everyday use. Its improvements over the original make it far more polished, and for many phone pairings, it delivers a reliable wireless experience over many of the other units, and is our #1 pick. Hey folks, thanks for watching. If you have any questions at all, please post in the comment section below and I will personally assist you. And also remember that Amazon has an excellent return policy to help you minimize the risk. And as always, please let us know which Android Auto adapter you would choose. And again, links to all of these items are posted in the video description box below. And when you're done guys, you gotta check out the next video.